So, good part of today, our dear viewers and active IELTS learners. We are getting started your favorite TV program, IELTS Secrets on Foreign Language TV channel. And today we will be focused on more how to improve your speaking skills. So today you can get a lot of essential tips and strategies that can help you a lot to boost your fluency and of course confidence. To help you today, our guest Zuleyha Ashuro has come to our studio and she's ready to share all secrets related to speaking skills. Now, if we are ready, let's get started our conversation. Good part of today, Ms. Zuleyha, welcome to our studio. I'm very glad to see you here.
I'm glad to see you also. Thank you so much for inviting.
Thank you for your visit. Let's get started our TV program, IELTS Secrets, by introducing yourself for our dear viewers and our spectators.
My name is Zuleyha Ashuro. I'm an ESL teacher. I've been teaching English for 15 years.
That is really great. You have more than 10 years of experience when it comes to teaching IELTS, of course, English language as well. So it is better to start our conversation, the strategies and tips that can help us a lot to boost our speaking skills, especially our fluency and of course confidence and coherence as well.
Yeah. Should I provide some specific strategies for improving?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, for improving your speaking skills in English, it is better to practice a lot. First, you should of course start from boosting your vocabulary. You should learn a lot of new words, new vocabulary. Here it comes, let's say, reading a lot and watching all kind of different podcasts, videos in English, and sometimes even watching movies can also help you to boost your vocabulary.
You have told that you have international experience, and I guess while you were teaching English language in the foreign languages, it is the most difficult part. I mean, the speaking is the most difficult part to teach children, even the let's say adult, even the learners. And what do you think? What is the easiest way of teaching English language when it comes to speaking?
Yeah, it is the most challenging one, of course, speaking in all, except like writing as well. Writing is also very difficult, let's say, but speaking, the most difficult one, I guess. And here, of course, in teaching also, building their confidence, students' confidence. Maybe they have enough already knowledge, let's say enough vocabulary, but when it comes about confidence, they feel like afraid of starting speaking. And then of course I try to help my students to build their self-confidence first. And here I use a lot of techniques, methods. One of them can be like give them real life situations. For example, I do create a lot of events, outdoor activities, like dining out events, like watching movies, readers club, these kind of events. So outside of the classroom, they feel confident. They feel this kind of friendly atmosphere, and then they start speak up. But in a classroom, they have this kind of pressure. There is a teacher, all this stuff in a classroom. That's why they cannot start speaking.
That is really interesting and useful techniques that our IELTS instructors, even English teachers, can get and follow to teach, let's say, speaking skills for their students. So what is your opinion for that questions that I will give you? So how can candidates build a strong vocabulary in both versatile and relevant for the topics covered in IELTS speaking test? For example, there are some topic-related vocabularies and some candidates cannot use them, and because of this they can lose their high band score. And how can they use effectively topic-related vocabulary while they are answering the speaking questions?
Yeah, building, as you mentioned, building a range of vocabulary, it takes a lot of time. Students can read a lot, and then they should learn specific vocabulary on each contact, and then they should use those vocabulary in a sentence in their daily basis conversation as well, and it helps them to improve their speaking skills a lot.
Let's talk about the role of pronunciation while learning English language. As a teacher, as a learner of English language, most of IELTS candidates are afraid of how to pronounce English language, and if they have a mistake, they can just stop speaking. And what kind of advices can you give at these situations? And of course, what can help the learners, English learners, to learn how to pronounce correctly the words?
Pronunciation is crucial when you're speaking in English. In order to be fully understood by your partner, you have to pronounce words correctly. And here, one of the best, and I guess best, let's say, tip, that is listening to native speakers, watching their videos, listening to native speakers, and then of course shadowing technique can help also to boost your pronunciation skills. So I guess this is the most effective one. I've been using it for myself for a long time. I do speak Russian as well, and then Chinese. Chinese is also a very difficult language. The same word, if pronounce this slightly different, there is another meaning, even much more difficult than English and Russian. That's why pronunciation is very important. So the best way is just communicating with native speakers, imitating them, shadowing,
and following their just speech. And this is also true fact, and thank you for such kind of information and recommendations. So our next, let's say, difficulty related to IELTS candidates when it comes to speaking tests, they know how to speak, they know all vocabularies, advanced ones, simple ones, and they know grammar structure well. But while they are answering, once they face with the different questions, they don't know any idea about that, they just stop and stop speaking, right? And in such situations, what they can do, what kind of solutions can you offer them to tackle
this problem? This is also, as you mentioned, very challenging when you giving prompt answer to the specific question. Again, it comes about practicing. Practice makes perfect. Whenever you practice a lot, you will gain self-confidence. You will be ready to answer for any kind of question, let's say. And there is another technique. Let's say you have to give yourself a short time to generate your ideas. And here, these kind of phrases like, this is a very interesting question, let me think about it. I would like to answer this question. This kind of phrases, while you're speaking these phrases, you can generate your ideas, and then you can generate your answer, and then you can start speaking. This helps also a lot.
While generating your answers, it is also, let's say, essential, important to structure your answers, especially when it comes to speaking part 2 questions, right? So what are some techniques for structuring answers in part 2, the speaking test, to ensure whether IELTS candidates are clear, coherent, and comprehensive?
Here you should organize your answer. So your answer should be like storytelling. It should be beginning, and then the body, and then the conclusion. And then you should follow this structure, and then your storytelling, let's say. And it can help you organize your answer and get the desired score you want without stopping, without any hesitation, let's say.
So let me clarify these questions one more time. So most of IELTS candidates know how to organize or how to structure their, let's say, questions, answers, but while they are speaking, they lose their structures. In such kind of situations, what can they just keep following their structures?
Of course, taking notes. You will be given a paper, as you know, so you should take notes. And then whenever you start speaking, pay attention, just look at your notes and then start speaking. This is like a hint. This help you. This is like a map. It can help you guide your, let's say, speech.
Yeah, of course, taking notes techniques can help a lot to keep in mind our ideas while we are answering, right?
And also mind mapping. There's this kind of technique, mind mapping, as I mentioned. So you draw your ideas on a paper, you can see it visually, and it is much more, let's say, convenient to follow.
And it can help also to imagine the situations, right? That's so great. So most of IELTS instructors can say their, let's say, students, maybe IELTS candidates, to use their body language as much as they can, and while the other IELTS instructors, IELTS experts ignore this idea. There is no, let's say, effect to use your body language or gestures to achieve a high band score from the IELTS speaking test. What's your opinion? Is it useful to use your body language, or it's not kind of too important to use them to get a high band score?
For me, like as a person, let's say, not only IELTS candidate, not only teacher, yes, as a person, when you're communicating, it is very important to use body language and eye contact. This shows you the interest in the communication, in a like conversation, especially eye contact. That means you're showing your respect to the person you're talking to. And also body language can give a kind of positive atmosphere, a kind of positive, let's say,
and somehow it can help you to boost your confidence.
Of course, and yourself, you feel free when you're talking and when you're using your body language. And candidates can get sometimes maybe relaxed when they use their body language, especially your hand gestures, eye contact, smiling.
We can conclude that body language cannot help to boost your IELTS band score, but it can help us to boost our confidence
and give examiner that we're glad to see that person. Let's say some positive atmosphere between those two people.
That is why most of IELTS instructors can recommend this, right?
It is. I guess it is very crucial to use body language.
So we just talked to you about the, let's say, confidence and the role of body language and eye contact to, let's say, decrease the level of this. And most of IELTS candidates have a difficulty with nervousness during this, let's say, speaking test. And what is your advice to manage nervousness and maintaining composure during the IELTS speaking test?
This is also very important, very challenging part of the IELTS speaking test for candidates who has, of course, this kind of like fear of speaking, and let's say they are less confident, they get nervous. And here are some techniques like, of course, again, practicing in front of the mirror. When you look at the mirror, you can see your weaknesses, where you should improve, maybe your smile, your mimics, and then it helps you to boost your self-confidence. In addition, recording, it also helps a lot. So you should in advance record your answers, you could speaking, and then you can listen to your recording, and then you can correct your mistakes there. And also you can get some feedback from others, from your partner, from teacher. And there is another technique, tip. You can do this just on that day. Like taking deep breath and getting calm. It also helps a lot. So you can take a deep breath and practice breathing, and then you can get like.
And these are the most effective and essential things while IELTS candidates should do during the IELTS speaking test, right? Thank you very much for sharing such kind of essential tips for our IELTS candidates who are watching us, IELTS learners, English learners who are watching us to improve their speaking skills. Now, Miss Zulaikha, you have a great time, the amount of time, enough time to share your lessons about the speaking. After your speaking, I do believe our viewers will not have any kind of hesitations or will not have any problems related to their speaking skills. Now, I gladly invite you to our smartboard to conduct your lesson.
Thank you so much for giving me this chance. I hope this lesson will be helpful for everyone.